This episode of the Guy Pod is brought to you by the Shops at Coldwater and Citadel Insurance Group, an Allstate agency. Citadel can take care of all of your insurance needs, from auto and homeowners to boats and life insurance and everything in between. Call 256-826-5309 to speak to one of our trusted advisors to see if Citadel can get you in a better place on your insurance. Citadel Insurance Group is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6. The Shops at Coldwater, one of a handful of retail incubators in Alabama, is the home to a highly curated gift shop and boutique located in beautiful, historic downtown Tuscumbia, Alabama. They specialize in gifts for everyone in the family, on-trend clothing for women and kids, and have a unique mix of snacks, including Glass Bottle Sundrop and Frios Gourmet Pops. Stop in at 109 East 6th Street in Tuscumbia and see what everyone's talking about. The Shops at Coldwater are open Tuesday through Saturday, 10-ish to 6-ish, and Sundays and Mondays when they feel like it. And now, here are your hosts of the Guy Pod, Josh Kelly, Skip Nichols, and Adam Gooch.
And welcome to the Guy Pod. I'm Skip Nichols.
Josh Kelly.
Adam Gooch.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, just hanging out, man.
We're back again, guys.
Hey, we're back, and we're live
live on
streaming
Facebook.
What's up, folks?
Hey, Facebook world.
We're trying to do this. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna see.
Faceland?
Facebook, MySpace,
I don't
My
know.
book,
MySpace, Friendster.
Friendster.
Is that still a thing?
No, I think that's long gone.
Is that a dating app like with Tinder?
No, Friendster was like MySpace and Facebook before MySpace and Facebook.
On my MySpace page, I had like this background on it that had my face scrolling across at a diagonal. It was amazing.
I actually tried to log into my MySpace the other day because somebody was asking about getting some photos off, and it's gone.
Mine's still there.
So
I
I
can
don't know how
actually
I
log
didn't
in, but
make it
now
yet.
to get the photos, you go to your Photo Bucket account. Remember, that's how you used to get them up there.
Yeah. Yeah, because you had to have the HTML link.
The only reason I had
Yep.
MySpace was to play Mafia Wars.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. It taught every kid in the country how to code
What was-
early.
Absolutely.
What was really interesting was that I actually got a thing that dinged on Facebook today saying that today was my 10-year anniversary of being on Facebook.
Wow.
Wow, that is great.
10 years.
I was 10 years back in April. Early adopter.
What was
Yeah.
funny is that my wife was on Facebook for like 2 or 3 years before that, and I thought it was stupid. So I'm a MySpace guy.
Well, it started as college only. Like
Yeah.
You
Yes.
had to have a
She was,
.edu.
yeah, she was.
on Facebook.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
still to this day, my login is my una.edu email address.
That's when Tasha got on when she was a
Yeah, I would have had to use my Florence State Teachers College login.
It's because he's old.
That's true.
It's because he's old. Man, yeah. Speaking of old, man, this building is so old that we're in, which is a cool building, but like we've been doing some remodeling, and then I keep finding things
Yeah.
that we have to fix, and at some point I'm going to have to cut it off.
Yeah, we're spending a lot of money. But cool story about this building that we're recording in. We had the agency upstairs. It used to house a radio station.
That's right.
And in the afternoons, when Deschler would let out, the kids would come down. They did a live show up there, and the kids would dance in front of the DJ booth. And Elvis actually has been up there during
Elvis
these
signed
times.
one of the walls up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
He signed one of the walls. It's pretty cool.
You know, that and it's the music history we have here in the Shoals is pretty awesome. I mean, here in Tuscumbia, where we record, we have the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. Within a stone's throw, we've got Fame Studios, Muscle Shoals Sound, which is having a big rebirth, as is Fame. And it's kind of cool, the music history we have around here.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's always funny to me because anytime you talk music and you get into, I don't know how many people out there, listeners that we have, I have this disease, I think is what it is, to where I don't,
Is it the Rocky pneumonia and the boogie woogie flu?
something like that.
That was horrible.
But
Can we edit that out?
We're live streaming, buddy.
live recording. But no, I think I know what lyrics are, but I don't. But I'm not afraid to sing wrong lyrics.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you sing it with confidence is what you do.
Absolutely.
You just sing what you think it is.
Yeah.
And
Can I say what my favorite one is?
go for it.
Go.
Wrapped up like a douche in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, you know you sing douche every time when that
Yeah.
comes on.
Absolutely.
But it's deuce.
Yeah.
It's a car.
For sure.
It's a deuce.
Absolutely. And Creedence Clearwater Revival, it's always there's a bathroom on the right.
There's a bathroom on the right.
You had So back when you had Purple Haze,
Oh yeah.
you know, Jimi Hendrix, excuse me while I kiss this guy.
I'm out on that. What about we built this city on sausage rolls, built this.
Little,
Sweet.
little
Remember
starship.
the Eurythmics. The correct lyric is "Sweet dreams are made of these," but for the longest, I sang it "Sweet dreams are made of cheese."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I go back a little further than you guys because we have established I'm a little older, but there's
Now they can really see it.
yeah, they
too.
can see it. You can see the gray hair. So there were a couple songs in the '80s that I sang with complete abandon out loud driving down, you know, with my 8-track player blaring. And one of those was an REO Speedwagon song called "Can't Fight This Feeling." The actual lyric is "You're a candle in the window on a cold, dark winter's night." And as much as I love food, for some reason I sang that last part "and a cordon bleu at night." I don't know what that was about.
I mean, you know.
I don't know.
So one of my favorite misheard lyrics, I'm going to pick on my brother-in-law, Ethan Holt, a little bit. We all like Ethan. We know Ethan. Darius Rucker has a song, right, where the actual lyric is, "I've got spaghetti and a cheap bottle of wine." And for the longest, he sang it with confidence that I have spaghetti hands.
Yeah, Ethan.
Spaghetti hands.
Since we're talking about relatives, so my Uncle Kenny, my mom's oldest brother, everybody calls him Uncle Dude. He is Uncle Dude.
He is.
Yeah.
And he so you remember Caddyshack?
Yeah.
I don't remember when Caddyshack came out. I assume it was in the
1980.
It's in the 80s. I was born in 83, but I remember Caddyshack. Well, there's that song, "I'm all right."
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. So he thought it was Amber Lights.
Amber Lights.
He was singing Amber, and so like evidently like there was this party back in the 80s, and the song just came out, and he was just like so into it. He was walking around the party singing it, and nobody told him.
Yeah.
And it was a joke for like 20 years that he didn't know the words.
Next up on the stage, Amber Lights.
Yeah.
That is so great.
What about "Then I Saw Her Face"? Now I'm gonna leave her.
Yeah.
There was a song. Speaking of Lever, there was a song by Night Ranger called "Goodbye." One of the lyrics on that says, "Now it's hard leaving all this behind me now," and it really says, "Like a schoolboy so lost, never found until now." I sang that with confidence again in the '80s. Like a school bus so lost, never found until now. I'm not sure what I was thinking was happening.
Right?
in the
What?
80s.
One of the best ones you had, ABBA. You remember ABBA?
Oh, I love ABBA.
Like that? I was a big ABBA guy. Dancing Queen. So the correct lyric is, "See that girl, watch that scene, dig in the Dancing Queen."
Yes.
For the longest, it was "See that girl, watch her scream, kicking the Dancing Queen."
Well, there you go.
I like that version better.
I
Yeah.
do.
What about Bon Jovi? It doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not. Got each other. Well, it fits.
It does. And the name of that song, for a lot of people, is "A Lemon on a Prayer." Or
Yeah,
"Living
so
on a Pear."
Lemon
Lemon on a pear. I
Lemon
can
on a
see
pear.
that. I can see
Lemon on a
that.
Pear, which could coincide with it would matter if we were naked or not.
Yeah, true.
What about Queen? Kicking your cat all over the place. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, my goodness.
What about
Love
"Let's
Queen.
pee in the corner"? Let's pee in the spot. I don't even know the real words to that song, and nor do I want to know.
That's,
That's
me in
me.
the corner.
That's me in the
I
That's
like
me
that.
in the spotlight, losing my religion.
Well, see, I like it because I've actually peed in a corner before.
Well, I think we all have.
Yeah.
I've done it
Well,
a
most
couple
of us
Have
times.
you peed in a spotlight? Don't answer that.
Well, probably so.
Don't
One of
answer
those
that.
cop spotlights, you know.
I don't know. What about "This is the dawning of the age of asparagus"?
How about "I like big butts in a can of limes"?
Oh man, that's brutal.
Wow. A can of limes.
Can of
I
limes.
like that one.
Oh man,
I can see clearly now Lorraine is gone. That's a good one.
Will Smith, kick a chicken with it.
Speaking of, you brought Queen up, so Bohemian Rhapsody, a lot of people, the correct lyric from Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen, is "Spare him his life from this monstrosity."
Yes.
But I know a lot of people that'll sing it, "Saving his life from the warm sausage tea."
Yeah, that's interesting.
The greatest one of all time. Period. Exclamation point. Shut the door. Is "Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza."
Yes, yes. You know, that was actually on an episode of, I think it was the first episode of Friends. When Phoebe walked in, in the episode, she said what we all were thinking back then.
I've never watched an episode of Friends.
See, the more
haven't-
episodes we do of this,
The more I learn about people.
I've never watched
you
it.
let me down.
I've seen pieces of different shows, but I've never seen an entire episode of Friends all the way through.
Wow.
Just never have. There was like 9 zillion billion of
Yeah.
them.
Friends that's a
I
great.
just,
It
I
is.
can't.
Hey,
I
I'm
can't.
going to throw one more misheard lyric out to you that's the follow-up really kills it.
Action.
So, summer of 69, the actual lyric is I got my first real six string.
Yep.
Okay. A lot of people sing this as I got my first real sex dream,
Bought it.
which,
What is the
Bought
five
it
and
at
nine?
5 and dime.
yeah,
So let's talk about a
the
five and
follow-up.
dime. What does that actually mean?
I have been to a five and dime. We had five and dimes in Russellville.
So is that the brand name? Is it Five and Dime?
No, that
Or
was
is it
like that was just like the convenience store. Five and dime was it was stores that you could go and you could get stuff for a nickel or a dime.
So
back
the
in
Five
day.
and Dime though, is that like going to Sitco or the
No, there were different.
Quickie Mart?
There were different brands.
That's what they called
Yeah.
the store. Like
Yeah.
okay.
There was like a Elmore's five and dime, White's five and dime.
Okay.
So yeah,
Is that when you
like
could like return Coke bottles and get a nickel?
you
Is that-
could. Hey, I used to go around collect people's empty Coke bottles and then take them back to the Zippy Mart.
Wow.
Yeah. So and collect all the money and then go play Donkey Kong.
Nice.
That was one of my first summer entrepreneurial adventures.
I like it. I like it. So picking up back on the music, I guess this is the music episode, right?
Yep.
So best front man of all time.
God, here we go.
So Adam and I have had a discussion going for 2 or 3 years now on who's the best front man of all time is.
Yep.
There's a clear answer here. Skip doesn't care. I mean, here's the thing. Skip's idea of the best front man's like Elvis or Perry Como or something like that. We're not going. Skip
That-
doesn't
that
get a
doesn't
vote.
Hey, I'm all about 5-part harmony in the Eagles. I don't care about front
Skip
man.
doesn't
Everybody
get
gets a chance to sing.
Skip is actually a licensed professional counselor as well.
Yes, I am. Tell me all your problems.
So we're going to let him moderate this.
But for just speaking, you saw how that worked with the Eagles. Everybody getting their chance to sing. Like,
Well,
they probably hated each other.
it
more
ended
than
poorly,
anybody
and nobody liked each other, and
Yeah.
that
did not go well.
that is a thing.
Five-headed monsters can't exist.
Here's the thing. The best front man of all time. And so we're talking in their prime or at their peak.
Yep.
Right? At their peak. Because, people, there's ups and downs and things like that. Ups and downs.
Uppuses,
What am I?
uppuses.
This is Mario. Ups and downs.
It's a Luigi and a
Get us
Mario.
a spaghetti. I don't even know if that was a good accent or not, but I kind of went with it. I got carried away.
Spaghetti hands.
I am so sorry, everyone, for that. No, anyways, so clearly the best front man of all time is Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin.
That's not true.
I mean, he's the best.
That the actual best frontman of all time is Freddie Mercury.
So there's no denying Freddie Mercury's talent
True.
and how awesome he is.
That's yes.
He is, but he's no Robert Plant.
So I would love to know how you justify that.
So here's the thing: Freddie Mercury is very technical. He's a very technical singer.
For
He
sure.
actually, I think he didn't start out singing opera or
He did.
whatever else. He's actually
So-
from India. I did not know
He is
that.
from India. Yeah.
His
Speaking
name-
of Indian food.
Yeah, we were talking about Indian food earlier. I don't like it. But so Robert Plant with the grit and the wailing, and I just don't think there's anybody better than him.
So see-
Freddie Mercury sounds the same in all the songs. Now it's a great sing. It's a great sing. He's amazing, or was amazing. But he's got the tone. See, Robert Plant could sing 3 different songs, and it could sound like 3 different people.
Right.
And they're all 3 good.
So here's so when we talk vocal ability, right, like singing, it's proven fact by looking at the songs they sing. Freddie Mercury could sing in 4 different octaves. Robert Plant could only sing in 3.
Robert Plant had a bigger range, though.
No, that's
He
exactly
did.
what
Well,
octaves are.
no, octaves
That's-
are ranges.
Whatever.
No, that's
I
like
mean,
the scientific proof that he did not have.
Didn't Freddie Mercury have like a abnormality in his throat that made him, or his
They
mouth?
claim it was his teeth. He had
Oh, it was his
so
teeth.
many teeth that he could open his mouth to a certain level that he could achieve notes that couldn't.
So
But when it comes to power and vocal, like just technical ability, like there's not even.
Freddie
an argument.
Mercury's very technical. That doesn't make
There's
you
technical ability.
make
It's
you good.
not even close.
Doesn't
Vocal
make you good.
control, it's
There's-
not even close.
Robert Plant he would sing the same song at 10 different concerts, and none of them would be the same with the ad libs and way he would take, and Jimmy Page would be playing the guitar and he would start rolling with him. Freddie Mercury did not ad lib. He sang his song. Now it was good, but he sang it.
Okay, but let me interject here. You go to a concert. Do you want to hear the song like you hear it on the radio, or do you want to hear whatever their rendition is that night? I mean,
Well, I can hear the song on the radio anytime I want to, or the album or whatever. But Robert Plant, up and down, all over the place.
Well, that's the
And
difference.
Let's
I
also
think-
talk about this. Let's talk about the songs that Freddie Mercury wrote, or the song that he wrote,
Are you kidding me right now?
Bohemian Rhapsody. That's about the only song he wrote that I could find.
We're the champions.
He
And
wrote
We Will
that?
Rock- He wrote all of their songs.
Did he?
Absolutely.
Did he?
Yes. Killer Queen.
Though? What about
Like-
Cashmere?
Okay.
Stairway to Heaven?
Yeah. Okay, but I'll interject.
Achilles' Last Stand?
What do you?
Bicycle?
All right. Skip.
No quarter?
What
Yeah.
do you know? We say Stairway to Heaven. What do you think of when you think Stairway to Heaven?
very long song.
Okay. What like sticks out on Stairway to Heaven?
The opening.
It's the guitar.
Yeah, it's the
So
guitar.
that's Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
No, Jimmy Page is amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
think that goes.
What was Queen's
against
guitar player's name?
Brian May.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad you actually did.
Absolutely. But that's another point. So the
I guarantee
only
you,
thing,
most people don't know what his name was.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But that goes to my side of the argument. Like Robert Plant and Jimmy Page are almost to the level of a Lennon and McCartney. Like when you say Plant, you say Page. Like Jimmy Page is arguably one
Well,
of
somebody
the
plays
greatest-
together.
So you're
for-
saying they're a duo, kind of like Hall and Oates?
Sort of.
When you
yes,
play
no.
together for 40 years, speaking of duos, here's the thing. All I'm saying is, if Robert Plant and Freddie Mercury were in the same band, Robert Plant would be the lead singer and Freddie would sing back up.
That's not true.
Yep, it is.
It's not even. The
Yeah.
only thing that Zeppelin beats Queen on is album sales. But that's because they were, at the time, you had John Bonham, who's arguably the greatest rock and roll drummer of all time, Jimmy Page, who's arguably the greatest electric guitar player in rock and roll history, and then, yes, Robert Plant, who's the second best frontman of all time. Like Led Zeppelin as
Freddie
a
Mercury,
band,
he's gone on record saying that Robert Plant is his favorite singer and that he was his biggest inspiration.
Well,
So
that
the
might
fun
be his
part-
biggest inspiration, but that doesn't necessarily
yeah,
mean
like
that's
Robert
he's the
Plant
best.
has went on record saying that we've never seen the likes of Freddie Mercury.
He has. Well, let's talk about the Golden God. So that is what they called Robert Plant for the record,
Okay.
because of his stage presence. I will say Freddie Mercury had amazing stage presence,
No question.
but Robert Plant's was effortless. And it's different. It's a different time.
Absolutely.
Freddie Mercury had it. No denying it. And I'm not saying Freddie Mercury sucked. I love Queen.
Yep.
He's amazing. But his wasn't. Robert Plant's was effortless. Like it was just, hey, I've got this swag, as we call it now, this charisma. Freddie had it too, but it was more calculated, and he was
sure.
working for it and trying for it. So
Well, Plant was cooler.
little different.
Or, like, Robert Plant is cooler than Freddie Mercury. I'll give you that. Like, you just look like that's a cool guy.
It's a cool factor.
Yeah, so
I'll
he
buy
gets
that.
the cool factor. But when you say, like, when it comes to working a crowd, like, look at Live Aid of 85. Like, Freddie Mercury had 100,000 people turned into 100,000 maniacs. Like, he basically invented the idea of the crowd singing the songs by turning the microphone around.
I mean, that was.
You know?
I mean,
I actually saw that happen.
Yeah,
Every-
like-
Not
I
in
mean,
person, on television.
Live Aid was an amazing moment
Oh, yeah,
in
no
history, amazing moment in rock and roll and all that. But I mean, that's the one they had. Led Zeppelin pretty much pioneered that genre of music.
I agree with
Rock and roll. I mean, and also too the Queen's ballads. I consider all their songs ballads. I mean, is that fair to say? I mean, they are. I
I
mean,
would say
they're
anthems.
anthems,
Anthems.
ballads.
I would say
I mean,
anthems.
God, Led Zeppelin's music was, man, it was folky, it was bluesy, it was rock, it was heavy, it was soft, it's a lot bigger variety. I mean, Robert Plant did a bluegrass album with Alison Krauss a couple of years ago. The guy can sing anything.
He did. And that's, I think, the difference. That's where you have to land on the argument. So I'd love to hear on Facebook what your thoughts, listening Guy Pod audience, is. They're both unbelievable. There's no doubt about that.
They are.
They are both legends of rock and roll. The question is just which one you prefer. And I think the key that you said is they're very different.
Yeah.
Like Freddie Mercury is more operatic. He's more
technical.
poppy, that type.
And it's also, what do you consider to be the best quote unquote front man? Now,
Right.
to me, a front man is the guy that hypes up the crowd,
Yep.
does the concert people are wanting to see,
Yep.
that sort of thing. So I'm going to have to lean over to Adam's side on this one, Dick.
Now, if we go band versus band,
No, that might be a different story.
I might give you Led Zeppelin. I'll go Led Zeppelin. Frontman versus frontman. I'm Mercury all day.
I am.
I'm just saying, you got a band. These two guys are in it. Robert Plant's your lead singer. He is all day. He's cooler.
He is cooler.
He's cooler. He's got better style.
He does.
Let-
that
let-
goes in with cooler though. So we
Leather
can-
pants, long permed hair,
Yeah.
the goatee.
Yeah.
He's better
But
looking.
I still go back to it. He had Jimmy Page.
Well, absolutely, Jimmy
Yeah.
Page. I mean, that counts.
Yeah.
That adds to it.
Yeah.
It adds to it, but that adds to the band factor,
Yeah.
not the front man factor.
Well, that you can't have a front man without a band. You'd just be a man. You wouldn't be a front man.
But here, so I think
That'd be a solo act.
would Robert Plant have seen the same success that he did without Jimmy Page?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
He's stumbling.
Freddie
He's
Mercury,
stumbling.
like
Jimmy
you just
Page-
said it
Jimmy
yourself,
Page-
Nobody knew who Brian May was unless
Jimmy
you know
Page
music.
is amazing.
Yes.
No doubt, and probably top 5, for sure top 10
Right.
best guitarists ever
No
in a
question.
band, something like that. But
Yep.
I mean, Robert Plant's vocals are Robert Plant's vocals. You know, now could you get some? I mean, is there somebody arguably as good as Jimmy Page? There's a ton of amazing guitarists out there. So he could have found somebody that was maybe 85, 90% as good as Jimmy Page, realistically,
Right.
and still had some success. I mean, I think the same success, yes.
Yeah.
Is Led Zeppelin's success all Robert Plant? No.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it still goes back to a point that you made. Nobody necessarily knew who Brian May was. That's because
Yeah.
there was such a good front man.
Yeah. Freddie
That-
Mercury.
that-
When you think
that's-
Queen, it's Freddie Mercury.
That's
When you think Zeppelin, you think Page,
You think of the
Plant,
collective.
Bottom. You think
yeah.
like absolutely. Yeah. Without Freddie Mercury, there is no Queen.
No.
I
It
agree
does
with that.
not exist.
I agree with that. Well, same with Zeppelin. Not the same.
It's definitely not the same, but you still have two of the greatest.
Yeah, but you
Which
still got to have
Brian
the
May-
vocals. The vocals
I
are the
don't
vocals.
want anybody to hear me saying Brian May is not one of the like he's
No, he's
top,
great.
he's
Yeah,
top
good.
10 greatest guitar
He
players of
is.
all time.
Speaking of greatest guitar players, I'm going to tell you a guitar player that y'all probably never heard of, but is by far my most favorite, Joe Satriani.
I
Satch.
do know Satch.
Satch. Never heard of him, have
Never
you?
heard of him.
I've got every CD he ever did. I got like 10 or 12. I don't know how many I've
Satriani.
got.
Yep.
Surfing with the Alien is the best CD, best album he ever did. It's all music, no words, instrumental. That's the word I was looking
Instrumental.
for.
There
Yeah.
you go. Big words.
But Joe Satriani,
Yep.
Satch, he's amazing.
Most people will argue, like when you talk to true guitarists who like know it, there's a lot of people who say that Stevie Ray Vaughan's the greatest guitar player.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, not anymore.
God, Skip always goes there.
Too soon.
Skip always goes
Maybe.
there, man.
Too soon.
Skip always goes there. Steve, something that that Skip talked about a while ago about, and we kind of skipped over it,
What was that?
about the Shoals, where
Oh,
we
yeah.
live.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, let's talk about that.
Well, we've got, like we talked about, we've got so much music history.
So, if you're listening to this, let me clarify. Let me do a timeout. Muscle Shoals, Alabama. That's where I live.
It's where I live.
Adam lives outside the little ways away, 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
And about 5 minutes from where we're sitting right now. So this is where the Guy Pod is in the Shoals. And when we said the Shoals, we're talking about this area collectively. So
Right.
go ahead.
So within about 5 miles from where we're sitting right now, we have 2 world-class recording studios that are still functional today. They've gone through some ups and downs over the year, but both of them are still recording. We have Fame Studios, and then we have Muscle Shoals Sound Studios. Tons of excellent music came out of this area in the late 60s, early 70s. It was billed as the hit recording capital of the world, and any and everybody, this is where they wanted to come.
Yeah.
And they came from all over the world.
This is the day of the big box. See, nowadays, if you got a MacBook in a closet and a nice microphone, I mean, we're recording this on. We literally bought this equipment on Amazon for $400, and and it sounds great.
Yeah.
So I mean, you think back
Yeah, to you
50
think
years
back,
ago.
You think back to the likes of when Wilson Pickett was recording, and I mean, Cher recorded 3614 Jackson Highway at 3614 Jackson Highway. The cover of the album art is a picture of her and Sonny and the band in front of the building.
Yep.
You think back to the technology that was available when they were doing the recording. Everything's analog.
Yep.
There's none of this wah-wah stuff. There's none of this, we'll fix it in post. It's all
Yeah, we got.
You had to
real.
play. You had to play and you had to sing.
You got to play it. You got to sing it. You got to know what you're
You
doing.
know that there's still a big vault at Fame with all of those reels of tape in there where they recorded everything, and
I've
just
toured. If you have not toured Fame and you live in the Shoals area, shame on you.
Shame on you.
and,
yes.
and there's they made a documentary about it.
It is called Muscle Shoals.
Called Muscle Shoals back. I don't know, was it 7-8 years ago?
Something like that.
Something like that.
And it was on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it still is or not.
I don't
but
know. I bought the DVD.
You can get
I
it
watch
on-
it about once a month.
You can get it on there, but it's man. The history here is ridiculous. The musical history, and I was literally talking to, so the founder of Fame, Rick Hall. His son's wife was in here in the agency a couple days ago, and she and I were talking, and I was telling her that, you know what, you get numb to all of the history here and the people. Like literally, I was sitting eating breakfast a couple months ago, and there was John Paul White sitting 3 people away from me, and there was David Hood like on the other side of me.
Yep.
And it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, it
But
just
that
happens.
is a big deal.
Very big.
But you do get numb to it because and you get numb to the live music that's available here too. I mean, within 10 miles of here, you can go to practically any restaurant on the weekends, and there's a cool band playing that's got a funky sound and up and coming. And then sometimes you'll walk into Champy's over here in Sheffield, and Daryl Worley just decides to show up and start playing one night.
There's a lot of famous people around
Daryl
here.
Worley, that's a good one. I like Daryl Worley.
He's
a cool guy, too.
He's got a restaurant called the Whirly Bird Cafe.
I love that.
I used to do a Whirly Bird.
The Whirly Bird Cafe. Country
Whirly
music.
Bird.
But I'm a country music guy, though.
I like country music.
I'm a country music guy.
I'm not so much into this bro pop country music. This I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah.
I like country music. Like I
You
like.
like some George Strait.
Oh, but I'm all in on all of it.
I'm not saying I don't like this other, but it's almost like
It's a different genre, really, I
it's
think.
pop with an accent almost nowadays,
It's
and
a
a steel
guilty
guitar.
pleasure. It's
Yeah.
a guilty pleasure.
Well, it is. It is.
Yeah, like I'll be honest. In confession, like I like Florida Georgia Line. Like that's it. I don't. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
a guilty pleasure.
is that kind of like Skip, like in Nickelback? Here's the thing: where did Nickelback get a bad rap?
I don't know.
Because I like Nickelback.
They're not bad.
Yeah,
They're not bad.
I really don't know. I don't know.
Can we talk about guilty pleasure music?
Oh, yeah.
Can I say that I'm really into the Jonas Brothers right now?
Like their music.
Just the music. How about, here's the thing though. My man married Sansa Stark.
He did. You're
Well,
right.
Is that a
Joe Jonas
Is that a
man.
Lord of the Rings person?
Yeah, absolutely.
He did.
I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah.
So I like the Jonas Brothers right now.
So Jonas Brothers, your guilty pleasure?
No, it's not one. I said that's one of
That's
them.
one? Oh,
I don't like
multiples.
I don't like Disney Channel Jonas Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that Sucker song and that Cool song that's out right now in 2019. Can also say that, and here's the thing too. I have 3 daughters. They're 11, 7, and almost 4. So like I have to listen to a lot of different things that I probably wouldn't like to listen
You listen to a lot of Kids Bop, don't you?
Yeah.
And we're trying to get them like into, like, my wife loves Tom Petty,
No.
and my kids
Oh, excellent.
Absolutely.
my kids
We can
hate
do a whole
Tom.
show on Tom Petty.
My
Yes.
kids hate Tom Petty, and it hurts me because like the music that I grew up on was the tapes that my mom had, like back in the 80s and stuff. But can I say that I love Taylor Swift?
Yes.
That's
Shake It Off is
Come
my
on.
jam.
Yep.
I still
1989,
Yeah.
like.
That is a fantastic.
Have you
album.
heard that that guy that redid that whole album?
Ryan Adams.
Ryan
Yeah.
Adams.
Yes.
That's a
Unbelievable.
great album.
it
Great.
is. It is.
I played it the other day, and Sadie, my middle daughter, she's in 2nd grade. She said, "Dad, this is my favorite song, and you just ruined it for me. Like, and I was like, this is a great song.
So you liking Taylor Swift explains a lot to me right now, because when I first came to work with Josh in the original agency that we used to work at, I got a hand-me-down computer at the time, and on my hard drive was Taylor Swift's album 1989.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure that he had downloaded that.
That was a gift.
That was
100% I did.
That was a gift.
That was a gift.
From him
I
to me.
remember in high school, a buddy of mine is Kurt Painter. I don't know where Kurt Painter is now, but
Kurt, if you're out there,
yeah, man, reach
out to us.
He had a Volkswagen Beetle,
Oh,
and this is when they weren't cool, but they were cool to us. Mm-hmm. Like now, Beetles are cool.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't, it wasn't so much then. Not talking trash, but like that car was so awesome.
Yeah.
And I remember us driving to Huntsville. So I went to high school in Fayetteville, Tennessee, which is about 45 minutes north of Huntsville, Alabama, right across the Tennessee line. And we would go down to Huntsville. That was the big city. And I remember us riding around listening to MMMBop.
little Hanson action going.
I remember being in high school. I mean, I was a $185, I was 6'1", I was a pretty big guy, and riding around listening to MMMBop. But I like that song.
Yeah, I think like when you talk guilty pleasures, like you've got the aspect of like, okay, I'm kind of embarrassed that I like this, but like I think guilty pleasures include songs that you're like, I probably shouldn't like this.
Oh yeah.
Like gangster rap.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I still to this day,
What are we going to do when we're 70?
I'm
And
still
then,
playing
like,
Tupac
and-
and NWA.
Can I say I don't like Tupac?
See,
I don't like Tupac.
Tupac, no.
I like that song. I like California Love. I like that
That's
Tupac
Dr.
song.
Dre. That's
I like that Tupac song. But
See, they're coming after us.
there we
already.
go. There goes the
Yeah,
ambulance.
don't like
Can I
Tupac.
say a guilty pleasure song? And nobody listening, and none of y'all are gonna admit this. If it comes on the radio and you're driving down the road and there's nobody in there, you're singing it. Shania Twain, man, I feel
Feel
like a woman.
It's happening.
You can't help it.
It's happening. More often than not, Josh and I, when we go to lunch together, we will end up singing some random guilty pleasure song and just kind of stare at each other.
Right.
Like, did we really just do
That
that?
just happened.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite, or actually a couple, it's kind of more of a genre, I guess, is my guilty
Wait, hang on a
pleasure.
second. Did he say genre?
Genre.
genre.
Is it not genre?
Genre. Whatever.
Genre?
I think you also said hand me down.
Hey, I'm,
Hand me
I-
down.
I'm,
HAMMY.
I'm from Russellville, Alabama. We speak the way we speak, okay?
Genre, hand me down.
I've got lots of degrees.
Hand me down. Fun fact: Skip's got like 7 degrees.
So seriously, it's there was that era when like the Backstreet Boys and
Yeah.
NSYNC and 98 Degrees and all those kind of hit the scene. And yeah, it's bubblegum pop and all that, but it kind of, and it may have something to do with my Eagles affinity. It kind of took me back to
Hey,
some of those.
can we all
some of
admit
those
how great of a
harmonies.
song Seven Bridges Road is?
Oh, it's
All right,
awesome.
Go ahead.
Two quick stories on that. Number one, Seven Bridges Road. Whoa, hello, I did a Josh. Some of you may know, but I was a Sigma Chi at UNA, and back in the day, we did this thing called Step Sing, and we covered Seven Bridges Road and called it Sigma Chi Road.
Nice.
We nailed it. It was a gorgeous song, but
Cool story, bro.
ATO sang The Lion Sleeps Tonight right after Leo died, and they won.
He sounds a little salty.
Yeah. It's only been 30 years.
I was going to say, Leo died a long time ago.
So the very first time I ever heard NSYNC on the radio was local radio station,
Yep.
WQLT. And the weekend DJ was, doing her thing, and she's now, next up, this brand new song from this awesome new group, NSYNC.
That's good.
And that kind of stuck. But yeah, I think boy bands are, from the mid '90s to
That's your guilty
to late
pleasure?
90s. That's kind of my guilty pleasure.
Is
I
this
I like the harmonies.
is this a guilty pleasure? What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
And you
Our
gotta,
heads are
You
going.
got to do the
Night at the Roxbury.
Roxbury.
If you
Yeah.
if you don't bob your head to that song,
Really? Who's Hadaway?
Hadaway.
Hadaway.
Yeah. Hadaway.
Oh yeah. You can't.
You
You can't
earlier,
hear that song and not get
So
the head
I was
going.
talking about, of course, when I was born in '83, so you think about late '80s, early '90s. You had tapes, CDs. I think CDs were a thing then, but they were so expensive, And then everybody was still like, well, don't know if you're going to switch because you don't know if it's going to actually stick or not,
Right, yeah.
And now
Don't buy a CD player. They're going to tear up. The technology is too new.
yeah. So, but I had all my mom's tapes, and it was Led Zeppelin, it was Journey, it was Chicago, it was Def Leppard, and all that stuff. And one of them that stuck out, and I still love today, is Air Supply.
Oh, man, Air Supply.
I love Air Supply, and I feel like I shouldn't like Air
Well,
Supply, but I like Air Supply.
The greatest hits, the little red cassette case on Arista
Yeah.
Records. Excellent album.
I love Air Supply. I got another.
I've got them in my Amazon playlist right now.
I like Air Supply.
I could
And,
turn every song they have on right now.
I got another guilty pleasure. God, I'm airing some stuff out right now. I don't know if we should call this the guy pod or the girl pod after all the stuff I'm saying right now. But
Lying alone with my head on the phone.
oh god, he just looked at me and said that, sung that, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable. But Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus.
Oh my goodness,
That's my jam.
that's before she lost it.
That's my jam.
No.
I like it.
You were a Hannah Montana fan.
No, I wasn't. I'm not. And I would not like for my daughters to know that I like Miley Cyrus because I don't want her watching her because she's crazy. But Party in the USA,
That's a good one.
Good song.
oh, it's great. What about?
Came in like a wreck.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Did you see the episode of with LL Cool J, the lip sync battle?
Yep.
Where is it Anne Hathaway that does Wrecking Ball? That's amazing. Go on YouTube. What about Snow Informer?
Talk about
Ba-da-da-boom,
misheard
boom,
lyrics.
bam.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's
Isn't
exactly
it?
how it goes.
What does it say?
Informer.
A licky
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bam.
I think we're back to misheard lyrics.
Ba-da-da-boom, boom,
I
bam.
lick you boom boom now. I don't know what it says.
That's
That's what it
I don't know
says.
what you just said.
Hey yo.
That's what it's. I think
Speaking of
that's
Air
what it says.
Supply,
I lick the boom boom now. I don't know.
all right. That was just flat out weird.
Guilty
So
pleasure.
guilty pleasure.
Can I just say that made me extremely uncomfortable? And
Listen to the song.
Look
That's
the boom boom now or Air,
And I
you're singing Air
regret-
Supply to you?
I regret whoever brought that up. I don't know if it was me
I'm
or,
pretty sure it was.
or whatever, but check this out. Check this out. What about, since we're talking about music and weird stuff, which is that moment that just happened just then was weird.
Very weird.
What about just weird music?
Yeah.
Like I like acoustic versions of songs where they're like on YouTube. Like there's this, that's a remix to Ignition, R. Kelly. But like there's an acoustic version where these girls are singing it and they're bouncing a basketball and all this stuff. I like weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right now, something I'm really into is this group called Lean It and Friends. It's a bunch of Russian guys.
They're great.
And
They're
they're
awesome.
a Chicago cover band.
And they sound amazing.
I mean,
Possible they sound better than Chicago, actually.
It is.
I like their music better than Chicago's.
Yeah.
Are the Russians hacking our music? Is that what's happening?
That's, yeah,
And,
kind
and,
of.
and I cannot quit watching. I watch a lot of YouTube at night. So my brain, the way it works, I can't just go to sleep. When I stop doing whatever I'm doing for the day, I lay in the bed for 2 or 3 hours and watch YouTube on my phone, and it just kind of
Decompress.
it decompresses. And I've watched hours of Lean It In Friends.
Oh, yeah.
The Russian Chicago cover band, and it's so funny because you hear these guys talk,
Not a lick. I
No,
think it was.
no.
none.
But they can sing every word.
But they sing 25 or 6 to 4, and it's
Yeah.
on top of it.
And amazing musicians.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that song for just a second?
Sure.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
25 or 6 to 4.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
If you know what that means, let us know.
I think the 70s were a very drug-addled
Yeah.
era. 25 or 6 to 4.
There used to be Chicago Transit Authority.
Yes.
And it got shortened to Chicago.
Yes.
So maybe it's something to do with like a train schedule.
Maybe.
The 25, it runs from 6 to 4, maybe?
I don't know.
Possible.
I don't know. I just made that up.
I
It
like
sounds
it.
right.
You said it with confidence.
Sounds
and,
right.
And like we were talking, when you sing with confidence, people think you know what you're talking about, except for whatever that lick, lick, boom, boom thing
I'm
was.
pretty sure that's the lyric, guys.
What about the Cleverleys?
Oh, my goodness.
You ever heard of the Cleverleys?
I love the Cleverleys.
So if you never heard of the Cleverleys, these guys it's a bluegrass band,
Yep.
but they play like.
Is it, though?
No, it's bluegrass.
Tonight's
are.
the night. Hey, let's leave it up.
Hey, but so they're a straight up bluegrass band, and they play like Drake. or Bruno Mars or
Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed
Yes.
Peas. Just, I mean, they'll do Hey Ya. You know, I mean, they're really really good.
They do an awesome rendition of Low.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good song.
It
too.
is.
Speaking of, I'll give a shout out here because speaking of the Cleverleys and local music, so we have a great local
Yep.
band here in the Shoals area called Iron Horse. So my wife's uncle is actually one of the members there, and they actually got invited to go on tour with Metallica
Oh wow.
because they did a full bluegrass cover of the Black Album.
Oh my goodness.
So instead of Fade
that's
to
one of the-
Black, it's
that's one of-
Fade to Bluegrass.
That's one of
Oh,
the
love
greatest
it.
albums ever.
Oh, if you need to go look up Iron Horse. Shout out to Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony, that's my Uncle Tony. Yep. And
Do you remember that?
Fade to Bluegrass.
Do you remember the music video where the old man is in the square stone room and he's like stuck in there in the Metallica video?
I don't.
I remember it.
I don't know which one that was.
Speaking of videos,
I miss music videos.
remember Pop Up video on VH1?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
VH1, love that.
That
Did
needs
the
to come
backstory.
back.
It's like
I
the
love-
DVD extras.
I
in the
love
music
pop-up video.
Absolutely.
Like video killed the radio star, and then like iTunes killed the video star.
Man, we
Yeah.
need pop up. Remember, that's back when MTV actually played music.
Yeah.
You know, the MTV, folks, is music television.
Music, television. Yes.
Okay, trivia question. Okay, we all know that Video Killed the Radio Star was the first video played on MTV.
It was,
By the
yes.
Buggles.
Yep.
What was the second video?
Dire Straits?
No.
I don't know.
The Dire Straits song Money for Nothing was actually a song against MTV.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Dire Straits, great band.
Pat Benatar's You Better Run. Second video.
How's that song go?
I don't know. I don't know the song. I just know the trivia.
Pat
Oh
Benatar.
my God!
I'm not
You know,
singing
something
Pat
I
Benatar.
like when it's talked about weird stuff is I like remake. I said this earlier, acoustic remakes, but man, I really dig like when a heavy metal band redoes something like Marilyn Manson redid "Sweet Dreams" by the Eurythmics.
Yep.
Sweet dreams. It doesn't sound like that, but that's a really good one.
The best of all time is Disturbed doing Sound of Silence.
Yes,
It is good.
yes.
Like, that's
Is,
one of
is
the
it
most
Disturbed or
unbelievable-
Nevermore?
It's Disturbed.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I don't know.
You know, a couple things. Speaking of remakes, two of my favorite remakes now, and they sound pretty much like the originals, are these new Weezer songs
Yes.
that they've done.
Africa.
Yeah.
What
They
about
did, they did Rosanna. Africa was such a success.
Right.
Now they've covered Rosanna.
All based on some Twitter
Some girl.
campaign or something.
Yeah,
some
little
girl.
girl like tweeted and was like, "You should totally cover Africa." And they,
Yeah,
were
and
like,
they
okay.
did.
And then they got a number one out.
I
of it.
remember
and we
a-
all bought it.
A few years
Yes.
ago, my little sister was like, she goes to me, Bubba, she said, Bubba, there's this awesome new band that I'm really into. It's called Weezer. And I was like, they've literally been out since like the 70s or 80s. I was like,
They're not quite that old, but yes.
they're all 50, you know.
My first garage band when we were like 11, like it was Say It Ain't So. And,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Dookie?
Oh, yeah.
That's Green
Green
Day.
Day.
That's Green Day,
Green Day.
That's
sorry.
Green Day, but we did play that. Basket Case?
Oh, man.
Come on.
The best cover, though, of a different genre of song.
You
Knocking
said it
on-
right. You're from Fayetteville.
Knocking on Heaven's Door, Guns
Oh,
N'
yeah.
Roses.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that's a cover. That's a Bob Dylan song.
Bob
is.
Dylan.
It's a
It
Dylan song. Knocking on
Absolutely.
Heaven's Door. And I like it better.
Yeah.
It
They
is
do a
good.
great- They do a great job.
I like
of
it. What about Alien Ant Farm? Smooth Criminal?
Yeah, they do it well.
It's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
You've never heard of Alien Ant
I
Farm,
have not.
you?
I'm feeling like the old get off my lawn guy right now.
But so you know Smooth Criminal.
I do. That's
So
in my
it's-
day, Michael Jackson.
It's Alien Ant Farm's like a alt rock punk kind of band, I guess.
Gesundheit.
But yeah, Smooth Criminal's really good.
Like, what happened to like punk rock? Like in our day, coming up, like one of my favorite bands of all time is Blink 182.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to that type of music? Like, you don't hear that anymore.
I don't know. I guess everything adapted. You know, you talk about bands that's changed. What about Maroon 5?
Yeah, God,
They have.
so good.
I'm gonna tell you what. They are so good that their type of music has just because they were that band.
Yeah.
At first,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
they were like a punk kind of alternative band,
feel, yeah.
and they're straight up pop now.
And,
Sure.
and speaking of
They've adapted.
circling back to the frontman thing, you know, I'm thoroughly convinced that I could convince anyone that I am some other member of Maroon 5 other than Adam.
Than
Levine.
Adam, yeah,
He's the only one anybody
Well, you got
knows.
the guy, the
Nobody knows.
guitar player with the long hair.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is.
That's it.
They could walk in any Walmart in any city in the country,
Oh, yeah.
and nobody would say.
They could buy great value Pop-Tarts and nobody cared.
like nobody. Like, yeah, it's the Maroon 4 at Adam
Yeah,
Levine.
it
That's
is.
what it is.
It really is.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You know,
Good band though. I like them.
Oh, amazing!
I like
So
Bare Naked
good.
Ladies too, though. I mean,
Absolutely.
I love this. I love
Absolutely.
Pinch Me one week. All of that. I love
Come
those.
on.
Pinch
I
Me's
know
a good
every
song.
Joe's
lyric.
Apartment.
I know every lyric to 1 week.
I don't know Joe's Apartment.
Oh yeah.
It's been 1 week.
Oh, that's my karaoke song.
I'm going to tell you,
That's
Abby.
my karaoke
My daughter
song.
Abby.
Uh-huh.
She could sing every word of another postcard by the time she was 3.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you said something there that triggered me. Karaoke.
Oh,
Yep.
So back in the day,
we're still just drinking Sundrop, right?
For sure.
I was somewhat of a big deal on the karaoke scene.
Were you?
Really?
Thursday nights, we
Yep.
went to Applebee's and sang karaoke.
A little Bourbon
And,
Street Chicken.
I had some go-to songs. I had some
Okay.
go-to
Everybody
songs.
has their karaoke.
Oh
song.
yeah.
I had some go-to songs. First was "Friends in Low Places."
Oh, that's
Yep.
I did that one.
yeah.
And then this is a true story. I would be somewhere and there was karaoke. I'd have people come up and ask if I was going to do this one song. I had dance moves to it. I had everything.
Full choreography.
Stroking.
Yeah.
I would do stroking every time. And let's just say that the ladies liked it.
Yeah.
The ladies loved it.
Let's just say that the ladies loved it. And
Shout out to Rob Wade. The ladies will love that.
Ladies love that. So, you know, the karaoke songs too, I think that's kind of goes into, you know, sing-along songs. Like, what's some songs that comes on the radio, comes on, and it's playing, and I don't care. I mean, this is genre busting. Everyone sings. You can't help it.
Okay. 2 come to mind for me.
Okay.
And these are both songs that I have sang karaoke to, whether I'd like to admit it or not. First one, obvious, everybody's Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Yes. No question.
Me and Adam Gooch have actually.
No.
Matter of fact,
Adam Gooch has sang that song. You tried.
We crushed it.
here's the thing.
We crushed it.
When somebody does karaoke, you don't expect somebody to be able to sing good, right? You know karaoke because honestly, you're at a place and you're hanging out and everybody's having fun and there's people doing karaoke. Then the person that gets up there and does karaoke and actually sings really good, they're kind of a douchebag.
Honestly, that's when we did Don't Stop Believing. It was the first time I've ever done karaoke.
There you
So
go.
And I don't know that I've done it since.
we're at church.
Yes.
3
That-
years ago.
3 years ago.
This weekend.
This weekend.
This weekend,
For
yes.
Dad Fest. And we have this big thing to do, Dad Fest car show. It's really fun. And so there's a stage in karaoke, and we're out there. There's hundreds and people, thousands of people out there,
Yep.
probably 1,600 people out there at the time. And I look over at Gooch and said, "Are we going to get this started or what?" He said, "Pick a song." I flipped through, Journey. Yes.
Drop mic.
Drop mic. And so we get up there and we're talking. I was like, I'll go first because I'm that guy. Like I'm going to go first.
Let's get it started.
And so that's just if you leave it up to me, I'll go first. And so I get up there and do it. And everybody's hollering, and then second verse, Adam Gooch gets up there and he can sing good.
And he nailed it, folks.
And
There's video evidence on my Facebook page, Adam's
We
Facebook
need to share
page,
that
Josh's.
video on the-
We do.
the
We need to
Guy
share
Pod
that.
page.
We'll
That's a
share
good
that to the Guy Pod tonight.
That's a good one.
I didn't know we were trying.
And he says that in the video.
Well, here's
Well,
the
I mean,
thing.
it was my first time doing karaoke. I didn't know we weren't supposed to
Well,
try.
I didn't know either, and I would have. I mean, here's the thing: can I sing as good as Adam Gooch? No, that's a fact. Could I may have sung a little better than what I did? I don't know, probably not. But I would have at least tried.
Right.
And I wasn't trying. I was trying to be funny. And then he gets up there and makes me look like a buster in front of everybody. My wife and kids were there. People were videoing it. And I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it.
I had never done karaoke before, and the rules were not explained clearly.
Yeah.
God, so-
It's unwritten rules of karaoke, apparently.
what about this
You
song?
don't do it well.
This song comes on the radio. You got to sing it. Living on a Prayer.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You got to.
I mean, top of your lungs. I don't care where you're at.
Yep.
I don't care what's going on. You sing it and you sing it loud.
and I'm sorry, I'm going to keep circling back, but any Queen song.
No question. Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Killer Queen?
Come on.
But Bohemian Rhapsody, there's only
Fat Bottom Girls?
There's
Yeah.
only parts of
All
that
of 'em.
song you can sing.
No, there's not. You can sing every bit of it.
whatever.
Yeah, every bit of it.
You can.
Even going back to your boy band world, like I Want It That Way comes on,
Oh yeah.
you're in.
I'm singing it right
Hey,
now.
it's
in my
going to
head.
be May.
It's yeah,
What about this one? Lean on me.
yep.
When you
We,
y'all
we wanted to sing.
sing it right now.
But I
There's
was worried you'd get.
Skip and I'll be driving down the road somewhere, and like a song will come on that's really not cool to sing,
And
and I
will.
can look at him, and I was like, "You're wanting to sing this so bad right now." He's like, "Oh, so bad," but I can't.
And what was it? Time After Time the other day, maybe Cyndi Lauper.
Gosh. We're driving down the road, and it just came on, and then after about 30 seconds of the song, I look over, I was like, he and I were both singing it word for word. I was like, God.
Yeah,
So one night we're working over at the shops at Coldwater in downtown Tuscumbia. Come see us. So we're over there, and I Had the Time of My Life comes on, and we're both like trying not to sing it, and then he decides he wants to do the dance moves. And
Yeah.
that's where I
picked
drew the
up on-
line,
What happened was I started singing it, and I'm making eye contact with him.
Which-
and
which
clearly,
is creeping me out.
if somebody's going to be baby in between me and Skip, I'm baby.
I was going to say, it's definitely
Yeah,
you.
I mean, it's definitely me. And so I was looking at him. I was ready to run, and he waved me off.
I did.
He waved me off, man. I know we hadn't practiced in the pond,
Yeah.
but
I sent him for another lap.
what about this song, The Real Slim Shady?
Oh,
You gotta sing it.
You got
absolutely.
to.
I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real
He's
Shady.
the
all the
greatest.
other Slim
Like,
Shadys are.
I'm going to go on record. Eminem's the greatest rapper of all time. That's where I'm going.
He went there.
God, I don't know. I don't think I feel strongly enough about it to argue with you.
But have you heard Uncle Cracker?
Guilty pleasure.
I tell you,
Follow me. Everything will be all right.
Yeah. He had to go country
mean-
to stay relevant.
man, Master P's pretty good.
Master P.
Make them say,
Yeah, nah. Yeah. So for the longest, I was Tupac.
I don't like Tupac. I
I
never
already
liked him.
established this, but for the longest, I was Tupac, and Eminem took him over in my brain.
I like Eminem.
Eminem.
What about
is
8 Ball and
genius.
MKG?
No.
I got none of that. I grew up on Houdini and Run DMC.
Yeah.
Those are my rappers.
I like Ludacris.
And
happened to
I
him?
got into a little
Is he in
Outkast.
jail?
I don't know.
I don't know. Ludacris. The thing about Ludacris is like he makes other songs better,
Yeah.
but I don't really like his.
I don't like
songs.
Bone Thugs and Harmony are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great, but they're not like rapper. Like you don't say they're great.
I'm gonna tell you what I like is I don't like rappers that go so fast you can't understand what they're saying, or if they say the same like I can't stand Kanye West. I don't like his
We're
music.
just gonna get that out there, aren't we?
I don't like his music.
I mean, he doesn't really rap fast, but you just don't like.
I don't like it. That just
He's
made
just
me
one
think
of
of
my-
it. But like Flow Rider,
it.
Oh yeah.
I like Flow Rider.
Yeah, Flo Rida.
This Is My House.
Yep.
Man, that's a great song.
Welcome to my house.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
What about let's see, what's some more? Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh yeah. You got to sing that
Easy.
one. You gotta
And
sing
so
that.
in Alabama, we have extra lines to that song.
Yep.
Not all parts of Alabama.
So-
we don't.
Oh yeah, it's in all parts of Alabama.
No, there's
So-
one county I know that doesn't sing it that
So
way.
there's somebody there. So there's a part on Sweet Home Alabama where it says "Sweet Home Alabama," and we all holler "Roll Tide Roll." That's what we say.
Y'all remember that mic kill button I didn't have last week?
That's what we
Found
say. I tell you another song that's everybody sings to is "Natural Woman."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but
I'm going to go on record and say I will sing any Hall & Oates song.
I love Hall & Oates.
Yep.
Best-selling duo of all time, by the way.
I love Hall & Oates.
Man, so kind of going back to the Roll Tide Roll karaoke song, Dixieland Delight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Like you're gonna sing
yeah,
that
yeah,
song.
yeah.
So at one point in time, Adam and I are Alabama fans, Alabama
Yep.
football.
Yep.
Skip is not. So they had to quit playing that song at the Alabama games
Yep.
because we said, like I'm,
Yeah.
part of the team, like the fans were saying vulgar things about Auburn.
Yep.
It was really bad.
It was.
They had to quit playing the song at the game because of us.
Yeah.
I felt personally attacked.
What about this one? Africa, Toto. We talked about that earlier. That song comes on. You're
Oh.
singing. Did you see where the guy changed the chime in his car to, when you open the door and it goes, ding, ding.
Oh yeah.
He changed
on
it
the
to play
Volvo.
Africa?
Yes.
That's pretty cool, isn't
That
it?
is
Have you
pretty
seen
cool.
that?
I didn't do that, no.
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Volvo, Africa, Volvo.
Lots of
door
stuff on
chime.
YouTube. Hey, quick question. Anybody know? Josh, you can't play. The very first video ever uploaded to YouTube, the name of it.
I know this.
Josh and I actually looked it up the other day.
I know this.
I don't know
board
the
we
answer.
get My Day at the Zoo. One of the founders
It's like 30-second song.
Yeah, it's
Really?
stupid
How
song.
many like hits did it have?
Oh, it like 50 gazillion million.
like
I mean,
it's-
It's a lot.
you know how when your calculator does that crazy thing where it does the plus e squared and
Yeah, is it giving it to the powers?
yeah.
Hey, what about this song? I think we're alone now. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's a good one.
We're all singing that.
Yeah.
What about Baby Got Back? That
Oh,
song
yeah.
comes on, I'm singing it.
We're singing it.
Absolutely.
I don't care where I'm at, I'm singing that song.
Yeah.
Regulate.
Oh,
Now,
We're in G.
let's back up one step. Baby Got Back, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yes.
We forget his other amazing song, Buttermilk Biscuit.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You can't sing Buttermilk Biscuits out loud, though.
Well, depends.
That doesn't come on the radio.
No,
It
it
does
doesn't.
not.
It does not come on the radio, but it does come on my playlist.
I'll tell you another song that's really good. Say my name, say my name.
Yeah.
Destiny's Child. Yeah.
That
Beyonce
song-
before she
It is.
kind of.
That song
Yeah.
comes on, I'm singing it.
Yep. I mean,
Semi-charmed kind of life.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, baby.
pretty much any '90s. I'm in on anything
Yeah,
'90s.
any song that was on an American Pie soundtrack, I'm singing along to.
My mind went straight to something. What about this song? I believe in a thing called love. That's how it goes.
Okay.
I don't even know what that was.
I'm not sure.
I
what
believe in a
happened
thing called love. You know that song?
No.
I believe in a thing called love. You know that song.
I don't think so.
I don't know who sings it. Who sings that song?
there. I couldn't tell you if you had a gun pointed at me
Is it
right
like
now.
the Clash or the?
Sure.
Oh my gosh! Y'all never heard that
Because
song?
it's the Cranberries. I don't know.
I believe in a thing called. Oh my gosh! What about Billie Jean?
Oh, yeah.
Billie Jean comes on. I'm singing
Yep.
it.
Yeah. Any Michael Jackson song comes on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turn into a
Man.
moonwalker.
So, it's a question about Michael Jackson. All right. If you followed the news lately, obviously, with the new documentary Escaping Neverland and all, like, so he's under some hot water. Like, it's basically now sort of been proven that he was a pedophile. Can you still like an artist if they do stupid stuff? Like, can you separate the art from the artist? Like R.
It's-
Kelly and all his
It's
craziness.
hard to, man.
Because,
It's difficult, but then also you know, there's so much history
yeah.
that it's hard to. I don't know. It's
What
my brain fights itself on that one.
What sucks is Michael Jackson is probably one of the best entertainers of all time.
No question.
Period. Any transcends music, entertainment, TV, film, whatever. But man, what a psycho! He had some issues though.
Yeah.
He had some problem. Not justifying what he
Yeah.
did. And first of all, was there any doubt that he was a pedophile?
No.
Okay,
But,
you said like it's proved. I was like, I kind of always thought he
well,
was,
I mean,
anyways.
for sure.
But I mean,
he-
he had a screwed up life, and I think sometimes people are subject of their environment. Doesn't make it right, but
right.
but you know it's tainted, man.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no question. Like,
That's a
he's
fun
got
one.
some,
That's a
Tainted love.
he's got some big
tainted
asterisks
love.
besides
Soft
his
sell.
name. Yeah.
Love
But
that.
he's one of the greatest of all time. There's no question.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What
In
about
terms of his
what about the
art.
song Hey Ya?
Outcast.
Outcast.
Yeah.
So
Shake it like a Polaroid. Nobody knows what Polaroid pictures are.
So
anymore.
there's a concert in Birmingham, Alabama called City Stages, and the concert it's a big concert series. They have tons of artists and stuff. And Outkast was going to be down there, and we went down there. First of all, me and my two friends were the only three white people
Yep.
at the whole concert, and we were right there in the middle. It was amazing, and we saw Outkast in concert, and it was like one of the greatest things I've ever gone to.
I think Outcast was ahead of their time.
Oh,
Definitely.
100%.
They were
Definitely.
They were ahead of their time for sure.
So what about Beast of Burden?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's a singer. That's a sing song.
No question.
Song sing.
Song sing?
Sing
Yeah.
the song.
Absolutely.
What about the best of all times though? That it's going to come on and there's no question. I love rock and roll.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That song comes on, you're singing it.
Definitely.
Rock and roll.
I want to sing it right now.
Put
It's a good song.
Yeah. In the jukebox, baby. Love it. All right, so I got a question for you then.
Go.
So we're talking music, we're talking frontmen, we're talking songs. Like, in you guys' opinion, who's your favorite band of all time?
So can I have categories here, or do I got to call it?
I kind of feel like you got to call it. Like, you get one band that, like, that's my band. So for me, it's the Beatles. Like, I'm
Government Mule.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm 100% the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
See, I love music so much that I love Government Mule. Most of y'all's probably never heard of Government
Yep.
Mule, but that's my jam. But I mean, I love Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
Love Led Zeppelin. But I mean, I guess I'm going Government Mule.
Yeah.
He tried to get me to go to that concert.
I don't miss a Government Mule. If it's within 5-hour drive of
Yeah.
here, they're playing, I'm going. I bet I've
Same
been.
here, yeah.
Me and my buddy Jason Wood. It's so funny because we're a bunch of middle-aged dudes there in our tie-dye T-shirts,
Yep.
and we all wear dress clothes during the week, and it's hardly ever anybody in there under 40.
It's just like a widespread panic concert.
Exactly. It's exactly what. It's the
it's
same
the same
people.
thing.
It's the same people.
guys, yeah.
But I bet he and I have probably been collectively to over 100 Government Mule concerts.
Oh, wow.
Like I go to 2 or 3 a year.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
25-minute guitar
So you got
solos in the middle of a song.
Government Mule, the
apparently.
Beatles, and the Eagles. That's
There it is, folks.
That's our choices.
I don't feel like Government Mule's in the same category as y'all's picks.
No.
I don't think it is either, but
Yeah,
But if
hey,
we
it's
had
your favorite.
we had to
No.
pick one. We had to pick
You do
one.
you.
We had to pick one.
Yeah, no question.
wow.
Hey, speaking of the Eagles, what was that concert they did where I used to have it on DVD?
Hell freezes over.
I don't remember, but it was on DVD, and they're all up there.
Mid '90s.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Hell Freezes Over.
1994 was Hell freezes over. So that was their
Yeah.
reunion.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
So
it.
the
They
big
said would
deal-
never happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were all a little older.
Yeah, their big thing was they broke up and they said,
Yeah.
when will you get back together? And said, when Hell freezes over.
That's
and
it.
so when they actually got back together, then their tour was Hell freezes over.
Absolutely. And then they they got back together after 9/11, or right around 9/11, did
Yep.
that Hole in the World song, did
Yeah, yeah.
another reunion album then.
Can I say how many regrets I have of growing up when there was really awesome bands playing and I didn't go see them? Now, if it's a great band, even if they're not my favorite,
Yeah.
I don't miss it because there's so many bands that aren't touring anymore or people that have died or whatever else that I could have had opportunities to go see and I didn't because I didn't really think about it. There's so many missed opportunities of that. So
Yeah.
now, anytime there's a concert
Yep.
and I can go, I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Definitely.
I don't care what it is.
Well, hey guys, let's talk about some fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
We need a theme song for
We
this.
just got to get some fake
Fake news.
Okay, so the past couple of weeks, y'all are batting 1,000.
We are. We are.
Yes, we
We're
are.
perfect so
But-
far.
Shake and bake.
I'm getting better because the clues have all. Florida's been kind of the thing y'all have gone on. So I've pulled 3 stories out of Florida
Okay.
for this week. Going to give you the headlines,
Okay.
and then you've got to decide.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this at Gooch. I think there needs to be some rules for the fake news because we're really good at this.
We are. Yes,
And so I feel like that Skip might try to slide some things in and try to make up an article that sounds really, really real.
like belly button lint?
And it's going to throw us off, and it's not. But so I think that there needs to be all the fake news needs to be ridiculous. So you can't throw something in there that you write that sounds normal.
Well, you are lucky because all 3 of these are ridiculous.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to lay some ground rules there.
Okay, first one.
Not that I'm scared.
Out of Gainesville, Florida.
That's some crazies.
Gators, man.
The headline: Florida man dies in meth lab explosion after lighting farts on fire.
I believe this.
I've done that.
I'm
I
already-
caught my
this is
tank
already
meat
true.
on fire one time in college, lighting a fart. It smelled horrible. God, it smelled horrible.
37-year-old man is dead after his trailer home was destroyed in a meth lab explosion caused by him lighting up Blue Angels to amuse his wife.
God, I want to hang out with him.
All right, number 2. Florida gas station forced to
Hang on a
post
second.
sign.
He called it a blue angel. It's because they're in Florida.
It's in Florida. So, Florida gas station forced to post sign: "Do not warm urine in microwave." This comes out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville.
There's some notable exceptions, but you'd be wise to avoid food microwaved in a gas station. The reasons for this should be obvious, but if you still need convincing, consider this charming anecdote courtesy of America's Florida state, Florida. Gas station in Jacksonville has been forced to post a sign on its microwave that says "Do not warm urine."
You know, they do that for drug tests
Yeah, try to.
because they put a thing. I'm going to tell you something. Both of those sound real.
They do.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are-
Third
those are
one.
legit. Here we go.
Also ridiculous, also out of Florida. Miami-Dade County to create freeway texting lane to accommodate millennial drivers.
Not a chance.
Miami-Dade Expressway Authority announced today it has plans to create a bumpered texting lane across the Dolphin Expressway. So there are your three fake news.
So I'm scared, though, because that one's so ridiculous.
And for those of you that might be joining us for the first time, the way this game is played, we forgot to give you the rules.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the guys three stories. They've got to pick out which one's real. So which one's real? Florida man dies in meth lab explosion after lighting farts on fire. Miami-Dade to create freeway texting lane to accommodate millennial drivers, or Florida gas station forced to post sign, do not warm urine in microwave.
So I'm throwing out the Miami-Dade. Throwing out Miami. I'm throwing out the millennial lane.
Yeah, that's. There's no way.
There's no way.
I think federal law prohibits that. So
I mean, warming up urine for drug tests, getting a gas station microwave. I could so see that happening. And then maybe, I don't know, I'm hung up on the Blue Angels, the lighting farts, because I've done that.
yep.
I remember calling from across the room, throw me the lighter, I got one. And then kicking my legs up in the air and whoop.
Yep. But it flames up.
Read me that one again.
Okay. 37-year-old man is dead after his trailer home was destroyed in a meth lab explosion caused by him lighting up Blue Angels to amuse his wife.
His trailer home was where? What city?
Gainesville, Florida.
Gainesville. I'm going to go with I'm thinking the gas station was real.
Is real.
What are you thinking?
It's a coin flip for me, man. I feel like either one of the first two could be real.
Because meth labs, in a trailer home in Gainesville,
Right.
they have those.
For sure. And I would imagine
Meth labs
wives
are
living
flammable.
in
Meth labs are
single
flammable.
wide
I
meth
think
labs would
I
be
think I'm going with gas station is real.
All right, let's do it. Gas
Are
station.
we okay? Are we there?
Yeah. Yes. Let's do
Okay. Final answer.
Final answer, gas
that. Final
station?
answer. Gas station urine.
Ding, ding, ding. Florida gas station forced to post sign, do not warm urine in microwave. Comes out of Jacksonville, Florida. There's some
You know what else comes out of Jacksonville, Florida? Leonard Skinner.
There you
They
go.
do.
There's some notable exceptions, but you'd be wise to avoid food microwaved in a gas station. The reasons for this should be obvious, but if you still need convincing, consider this charming anecdote courtesy of America's Florida-ist state, Florida. Gas station in Jacksonville has been forced to put a sign on its microwave that says, do not warm urine. It's a simple, powerful statement, but one that brings to mind many questions, only some of which we can answer. To answer the most obvious question, people were microwaving their urine to pass drug tests.
Oh,
The
yeah.
gas station is located near two companies with drug testing services, and apparently a lot of folks found this particular BP a convenient stop on the way. Finally, the gas station's owner, Parul Patel, had enough. We got sick and tired of people bringing their urine containers. He told First Coast News. They're just random people walking in. It's happening every day. He explained that often these urine warmers didn't even purchase anything. He explained that many became aggressive when confronted, and one woman rightly pointed out that there was no sign expressly forbidding warming urine in the microwave. She started cussing at me, Patel said. She said, well, where's the sign that says you can't use this for this purpose? That gave me the idea. If that's what you're asking me, then I'll put the sign saying this is only for food use and not to use with your urine or anything else.
Wow, jeez.
And that's what he did. They should probably burn the microwave, though.
Right. But we're still batting 1,000.
And
Y'all are.
That's-
That was.
That was a tough one.
that's a real stat because we're 3 for 3.
You're
Big dog.
3 for 3, man.
I gave you one that was iffy, but those two were. That
was
was
tough.
either one of those could have been real.
Yeah.
Let me
that
ask
was
you
tough.
this: did you find that on the internet, or did you write the one about the Blue
No,
Angel?
I did not write any of this week's.
Because I'm gonna tell you, if you did, I could hug you.
Yeah.
I might would kiss you.
No, you're not.
Is
that was a good
is
article.
that an
Blue
official-
Angels?
Is that an official name? Are they called Blue Angels?
I'll never call it anything
I mean,
else.
for me, that's what they are from here on.
That's what it's
I haven't
gonna
lit in a fart in a long time. And it makes me want to.
be. Please don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you though, you catch your taint on fire like I did, and it makes you think about it really hard. You don't do it for a long time.
I bet.
I've done it since, but I think about it before I do it.
Ooh, all right, guys. Well, that's it.
For all of you out there, do not try this at home. But seriously, folks, thanks for joining us today as we talk about warming urine, lighting Blue Angels, and paint meat.
Hey, don't forget to follow us on Facebook. We're The Guy Pod. And make sure you go in and subscribe to us on iTunes, or you can listen to us directly at theguypod.com. And we're also on YouTube now.
We are. And you can also, if you have any ideas for future shows, you have any comments for the guys, you can email us at therealguypod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Love our listeners, and just appreciate all you guys. So, like we said, that's it for this episode of the Guy Pod. So for Josh Kelly and Skip Nichols, I'm Adam Gooch. And remember,
When you're in over your head,
The first thing to do is close your mouth.
ha!